time, a pleasure to have you tune in here on The Journal as we begin the Wednesday edition. So we come to you in conversation with, I think we live in such an exciting time where, yes, the problems are many, but the solutions are just as many. For students, getting to campus is about much more than simply catching a ride. Safe, reliable, and affordable transport can have direct impact on academic success, believe it or not. Student well-being as well is something to be considered under this particular umbrella, and access to higher education. As South Africa works to improve the student experience, innovative mobile solutions are helping to make the journey to and from campus much safer and more accessible. So today we're going to be exploring that exact idea. We're going to be exploring the role of student mobility and how platforms like UniRide, have you heard of UniRide? Well, now you know that it exists. So UniRide is basically here to change the way students travel. On the line with me to tell us more, Funeka Nyaqela, who is the Chief Executive Officer of UniRide Solutions. Joining her is Kimbasi Tlakula, who is the Strategic Marketing Brand Manager at UniRide Solutions. Ladies, happy Women's Month. Welcome to the show.
Happy Women's Month. Thank you so much for such a warm welcome.
Thank you very much. What a wonderful idea this is. Perhaps we can start with you, Funeka, as the Chief Executive Officer. UniRide, how did this idea sit on your table?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. You can go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and happy Women's Month to all the beautiful ladies in our country. UniRide started with an idea, and it became one thing that I wanted to establish with the students. It's an e-hailing map. It's an e-hailing app that is dedicated for students, and it is committed to provide safe, affordable, and reliable transport for the university students while creating employment opportunities for our graduates and also introducing them to entrepreneurship. Thank you.
Okay, that's exciting. I like that element of also, thinking about the big picture of giving a young person work experience of some kind, making them economically active post their studies. Safety is a major concern, Kimbasi. I'd like you to take this one. Safety is quite a big concern, especially for students who are coming out of a different province into a completely new city, or international students that are coming into a new country. Safety is a big concern for the students and their families. How does UniRide then ensure that students can travel with confidence using UniRide?
Thank you so much. That's actually such a great question, especially being that we live in the current climate that we do in South Africa. Well, from safety, let me start here, is at the heart of everything we do, because we understand that for many students and their families, peace of mind is just as important as getting from point A to point B. UniRide has been designed specifically with students in mind. Every driver undergoes a verification process, trips are digitally tracked, and the platform is built to create a trusted transport ecosystem rather than a general ride hailing service. Beyond the technology, it's also about giving parents confidence that their children have access to transport that is safe, reliable, and most importantly in this day and age, affordable. When students feel secure, they're able to focus on what really matters, their education and their personal growth.
Right. And then just to stay with you, Kimbasi, how have the students engaged with the platform so far? How have they responded to the existence of this platform?
Well, currently we are still in the rollout process, and we are on this press run at this moment. We're really just trying to get the word out there at this current point in time that you do have this option available to you as a learner.
Okay. And then, Funeka, I want to go back to what you brought up around this being beyond I mean, it looks like it's got a lot of components to it, creating a safe and confident way for students to travel. And then there's also just servicing the needs of the student economy as we currently see it, but also that element of entrepreneurship is so important. Just let's talk about that component, job creation for the student economy. Talk to us about how you are effectively integrating that component into UniRide's, ethos going forward. Funeka, are you there? Okay, I think we're battling with the line for Funeka, but she's joining us on the line alongside Kimbasi. They represent UniRide Solutions. The Chief Executive Officer and Strategic Marketing Branding Manager are their titles. We're going to take a break and see if we can't get Funeka on a better line. We'll be right back.
Africa's young innovators are leading the AI revolution, creating localized language models and developing smart solutions for the continent's biggest challenges. Join Channel Africa webinar under the theme AI is here. Is Africa's broadcasting ready? Then, on Wednesday, the 12th of August, International Youth Day, come join us from 10 till 11 Central African Time. Connect with global leaders and digital pioneers shaping tomorrow. Book your seat now. Visit channelafricawebinar.com. Channel Africa, the African perspective. The African perspective is stronger because of your point of view. Happy Women's Month. Channel Africa. Look closer. Listen deeper. This is The Journal with Mateko Musito on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
19 minutes into 9 a.m. in Central African Time. Thank you for tuning in via satellite in Southern Africa on the DSTV audio bouquet. We are on channel 802 and we appreciate you listening wherever you are in the world via channelafrica.co.za. We've got Kimbasi Tlakula joining us on the line, and we're talking all things, traveling for students or getting around to do your errands and to do the important things that can actually support your academic journey as a student. What a novel idea they've come up with, UniRide Solutions, and it really is about making sure that students, getting to and from campus is much simpler because they've got bigger things to deal with, like their PhDs and their degrees and all these wonderful things. Kimbasi, I was saying just before we took a break in the first segment, I like this component of entrepreneurship that is built into the strategy. Please tell us more about, how you see that unfolding in the future.
Absolutely. One of the things that makes UniRide unique is that we're not just solving a transport challenge. We are contributing to the broader student economy. As the CEO and I have spoken about in previous engagements, the platform creates opportunities for graduates and young people to participate in the economy, whether through employment or entrepreneurship, because I think that's also an extremely important proponent of student life, actually getting real life work experience. And we know that when students and graduates have access to meaningful economic opportunities, the impact extends far beyond the individual. It strengthens families, communities, and local economies. That's why we see UniRide as more than a mobility platform. It's part of a larger ecosystem that supports education, economic participation, and youth empowerment. Our goal is really to ensure that students don't just get to campus safely and cheaply. They also have greater opportunities to succeed during and after their studies.
Wonderful. Funeka, affordability. Let's talk affordability. If I'm a student, I've got to stretch that 100 Rand as far as I possibly can. So let's talk about affordability, because it's just as important as accessibility. How is UniRide helping to make transport more cost effective for the students that it's serving?
Thank you. We want to give students a lot of discounts because a lot of them are traveling from the campus and around the areas. So we want to work with them and also give them, when you do 5 trips, we give you a discount so that you can use our platform more. So we also look at working with other businesses around the areas, like for instance restaurants, where now they give students discounts, and with those discounts we can also share with the students and the drivers to encourage them to use our platform. So the more you use our platform, the more you get points, and those points are giving you an affordability. So when you afford this trips, you can do more trips. And also we also looking at working with different petrol stations and tire centers, where now they can be paying this whenever they purchase fuel, they purchase fuel at a certain discount, and that discount will give the students more leverage when they use the transportation. And on top of that, with the outlets, the chain outlets, they can also give the students a discount. So everyone gets a discount from that. And when it is affordable, more students can be able to use it. Thank you.
Right, wonderful. Kimbasi, back to you. I mean, I asked you, how the students have perceived this platform so far. And because it's an emerging platform, I think it's so exciting, I would imagine, from a branding and student engagement perspective. I mean, students want to be associated with cool brands, with brands that are
Yes.
hip and happening, that will make them look cool when they're associated with them. So let's talk about a brand, because I think that must be a very exciting, very inspired space to look at how you're going to brand this to make the students really excited about being associated with UniRide.
Wow. Actually, that's such a great question. And it's also just been such a privilege for me to be able to work on something like this, and really just get in from the ground up. So students definitely connect with brands that are cool and feel authentic to their current experience, and to things or product offerings that genuinely make them feel like their needs are being understood. Our approach isn't just to market a transport service, it's to build a community.
Right.
And the broader community is the South African Student Cities Network around the student experience. Every touch point with the brand is centered on what matters most to students: safety, affordability, convenience, and belonging. However, there is obviously a social element to that, because, whether we like to admit it or not, the social life attached to certain universities or college life in general is a big deciding factor a lot of the times when people are deciding where they want to, start their new lives after high school. And we want students to see UniRide as a trusted partner throughout their university journey, not just, another app on their phone. We're also building that connection through partnerships with universities, local businesses, and student-focused initiatives, creating real value beyond just transport. At the end of the day, a strong brand isn't built by what you say, it's built by the experience people have with you. And that's the experience we're really committed to delivering.
Right. I think that's so important. Making sure that you contribute to other initiatives that can be master collaborators, if you will, in the work that you are doing. Just on that note, Funeka, let's talk about UniRide, and perhaps to build on what Kimbasi is saying around making sure that it filters into being more connected with the higher education sector. I mean, what other possibilities do you see to integrate this brand and this mobility network, if you will, in the student economy into the education sector going forward?
I think one of important things is that when we're doing this collaboration, the students are also not going to be working. This network, it will also help them to get out there into the industry. Remember, when they start this thing, they start as students, but as entrepreneurs, they're also going to create jobs in the near future. So we're also connecting them with different brands, because some of the students are going to buy new cars. So when they buy these new cars, they are also creating a profile for themselves. So after that, they can even grow bigger and have a logistics company. So we also educating them that it is very important to run your own business at a certain age. So when they start at a very young age, running your own business, you also need to know how to do your cash flow and also need to build the brand at a very young age. So with this, we introducing them to the world out there, and also connecting them with other continent and also other universities around the continent. So that is why it is very important for us to start them with this UniRide and also tap into the tourism space. They can also know that there is also tourism that is in the sector. So whenever they need to travel and have special trips, this can be an opportunity. It won't be only about traveling from the university and around, and they can also do specialized trips from the airport to the university, from anywhere they are. They can also tap into the space. Thank you.
UniRide. I mean, I can just see it. I can see the vehicles on the road. I can see it being a really trusted brand with the student economy going forward. Well done to the both of you. I think this is wonderful. Perhaps as we wrap up, I mean, I'd like to hear from each of you in terms of your hope, and your message for students, for the parents, for the universities as well. What is your takeaway message about the future of student mobility? What would you say to that?
I think the parents now can know that there is a safe, reliable e-hailing company that is working with their students. And it is also creating jobs for their students while they're at the university. And also to give them comfort that their kids are working with people who have the experience in the industry, and also can give them support to grow, not as students and also as entrepreneurs. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And for you, Kimbasi?
My message is that student mobility is about so much more than transport. It's about opportunity. When students move safely, reliably, and affordably, they're able to focus on their studies, access internships, participate in campus life, and build brighter futures. And to parents, I say that your peace of mind matters to us.
Yeah.
Really, it does. And to obviously the institutions, the universities, and colleges involved, we look forward to building partnerships that enhance the student experience. And obviously to the students, this platform was built with you in mind. We want you to feel empowered, supported, and confident wherever your academic journey takes you. Ultimately, when we invest in student mobility, we are investing in education, stronger communities, and South Africa's future.
Right. And just very quickly, I mean, where can we look out for when the brand will launch? Do you have any platforms that we can look out for so that we can be updated as to where you are in the process?
While the brand will be launched on all of the relevant social media platforms, so that is Instagram, that's Twitter, that's everywhere you will find somebody within our demographic. We will also be found online, so just type in, UniRide or the South African Student Cities Network, because as I'd mentioned, this project is so much broader than just an e-hailing platform.
All right, SA Student Cities Network, and you'll be able to see what is happening within the student economy overall. Funeka, Nyaqela, as well as Kimbasi, Tlakula of UniRide Solutions. Thank you very much, ladies, for your time and all the best. We're looking forward to it. 9:31 right now. It's time for us to check in with the latest in sports. We say a very good morning to Figile Luwati.
Sport.